voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground, Rift Nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight, we're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage, unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings, scream the truth we bring, echoed chaos, hearts that sting. Electric veins that feed the roar, harder, faster, crave for more. Dust and sparks ignite the air, shattered silence, do we dare? Tidal force, relentless stream, we're the edge, we're the dream. Feel the fire, feel the fight, we're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage, unleash the fury, turn the page. Rift Nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain, we're the anthem in your veins. Feel the fire, feel the fight, we're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage, unleash the fury, turn the page. Rift Nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain, we're the anthem in your veins. Broken screens and flashing lights, voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground, Rift Nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight, we're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage, unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings, scream the truth we bring, echoed chaos, hearts that sting. Electric veins that feed the roar, harder, faster, crave for more. Dust and sparks ignite the air, shattered silence, do we dare? Tidal force, relentless stream, we're the edge, we're the dream. Feel the fire, feel the fight, we're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage, unleash the fury, turn the page. Rift Nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain, we're the anthem in your veins. voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground. Rift Nation rising loud, profound. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. Steel strings scream the truth we bring. Echoed chaos, hearts that sting. Electric veins that feed the roar. Harder, faster, crave for more. Dust and sparks ignite the air. Shattered silence, do we dare? Tidal force, relentless stream. We're the edge, we're the dream. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. Rift Nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain. We're the anthem in your veins. Feel the fire, feel the fight. We're the shadows in the night. Crashing waves, we take the stage. Unleash the fury, turn the page. Rift Nation, hold the line. In the chaos, we align. Through the storm, through the pain. We're the anthem in your veins. Broken screens and flashing lights, voices shouting through the night. Static hum that shakes the ground. Rift Nation rising loud, profound.
The engine is starting up.
For launch, GC, go. Guidance, go. Fido, go. Prop, go. GNC, go. Max, go. Eagle, go. Ecom,
Go pending final steps to cabin link check.
2, 1.
Is there anyone here that would like to communicate with us? Can you give us a sign?
Welcome to the Rift Nation Network, the RNN, putting a slide in your glide and a dip in your hip. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe. With shows throughout the week, you can find us at Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, and more. Everything you could want, everything you can need right here, right now. From the paranormal to the supernatural. From comedy to the spiritual. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
It's showtime, folks!
Podcast may contain material that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violence, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, or other sensitive issues, explicit language. Occasionally, our guests or hosts may use strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion If you find any content distressing, consider skipping or seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please consult a qualified expert.
In the night they ride the storm. Eyes of fire, swords of throne. Hear their voice of power strong. Psychic Viking women roar. Mystic winds, they always know where the battle's bound to go. Ancient runes of shields they throw, guiding us through ice and snow. Warrior queens in a trance, future sight at first glance. Lighting skies with a glance, psychic Viking women's dance. See the future, see the past, visions of a mighty blast. In their wake the shadows cast, psychics lead until the last.
Oh my God, I'm back. Wow. I gotta shut off the music, the Rift Nation anthem. But yeah, this is the first show back, guys. So welcome to the Rift Nation Network. And yes, I am the Viking Celtic Pixie. And yes, I cut my hair. I had to. So, life goes on, guys. Did you miss me? Did you? So it took a while for me to get back to where I needed to be. And yeah, definitely I will. I'm doing pretty good. And going to get into more of that on Tuesday at 3:00 with Miss Linda Nielsen. I'm so excited over this. And we will have what is known as the Cosmic Cushion Podcast. So that is going to be a very exciting afternoon show. Most all of my shows will be in the afternoon now. It is what it is, but I am extremely excited about this. Don't forget to tune in Tuesday where you'll see Linda and I. You'll find out a lot more about where I've been and some of the things that have actually helped me. So it's just amazing. Literally, sometimes you need to take that step back and go forward. So the first show is a lot about help. And of course, the second show we're going to do, we've already planned that one too. We're going to get into shadow work. But first, we got to get that body healthy and everything else, which is going to be an amazing aspect. So I am very excited here. And of course, one camera, guys, that's all I got. My other one went when I fell over one time. But hey, life happens. Now you get this awesome background back here. So you'll notice different videos and different things actually happening. So this show on Saturday, of course, is always about readings. We might throw some magic in here and there. We might light candles. We might do some healing aspects. So this is all about the Viking Celtic Pixie. This is all about all that stuff, amazing stuff. But I'm always here and up for readings. So I've already done test readings, so I'm doing good. So as always, we have my little channeling deck here, which I absolutely love. So I channel a lot of energy through that. And as always, we have fantastic runes. So that, of course, can be, and then the love deck. But you know what? Sometimes when you want a love reading, if there is a blockage within your path or within your life, there's going to be an issue that's going to stop that love from actually happening. So pretty excited over here about all this. So as always, if anybody would love a reading, I am more than open to that right now. So let's see who we have in the chat room now. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, follow, all that happy stuff over there. And for those that are actually listening right now on your local radio stations or listening in the future, because this would be a pre-recorded podcast. So, hey, how you doing? I am the Viking Celtic Pixie. And yeah, I got a little pixie character I might throw in here and there for some little videos. So I've got some ideas and things that I'm throwing in there. So let's see, who do we have in here? Of course, we have Miss Linda Nielsen. Awesome, awesome. She is the she is the second host to the Cosmic Cushion. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that one. So a lot of afternoons. So bring your afternoon rest time. Come and listen to that show. It's going to be absolutely amazing. And of course, Mr. Ed Odell is in the house. So how you doing? And let's see, who else do we have here? We have Ed. We have Michelle Wilfong. How you doing, Miss Michelle? So yes, let's see. Absolutely amazing. So as always, anybody that would like a reading, you're more than welcome to it. And like I said, in the future, if these are more like namaste type calm things actually happening, then what we're going to do is we're going to throw some mystical, magical stuff happening here. I know it's been a while, so now I'm talking a lot again. Isn't that awesome? So we have a question in the chat room already for those. And again, I have to remember to do this because sometimes people that are listening are saying, what the heck is she talking about? Who is she talking to? Myself mostly. But no. Anyways, so we have a question again in the chat room. Let's see where the RNN is going. So right now we want to see where the RNN is going. And of course, Miss Linda Nielsen as well. I do need to move the mic over though, because my hand's going to knock that over next. So that's my latest thing is I knock stuff over everywhere. So highly recommend a Contigo, guys. Literally a Contigo. Drink out of a Contigo because if you drop it, you spill nothing. So it's pretty awesome. Mystical magic. Awesome. So we're going to have a lot of magical stuff coming up. So this is just, again, the first premiere show. So we'll plan some more mystical energies and work with some crystals and some herbs and definitely candle magic. Absolutely love candle magic. So we're going to shuffle here. And again, I am shuffling the deck I channel off of. I don't read tarot cards for those that are listening. I have no idea what a tarot card means. I just channel through a deck when I'm on air because it's easier for me to actually do it that way. But if I do receive a message, I'll let you know the message. So the question on the board for the channeling deck right now is, where is the RNN going? And again, for those that don't know, RNN stands for Rift Nation Network. Let's see where the Rift Nation Network is heading. So awesome. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So we have, let's see. All right. So somebody, okay. All right. All right. In the past, again, we're dealing with past, present, and future. And what other information I do come up with, I'll let you know. Like I said, I channel through a deck for those that are unaware of what it is that I do. Now, the first card that was actually pulled is in the reverse or upside down position. 15, the number 15 for the network. I don't know why, but 15 is a magic number. And again, there could be 15 shows, 15 hosts. I don't know, but the number 15 is magic. So what we had in the past is there was a bit of faltering as far as fighting to get the network up, fighting to do this, fighting to do that. There was a bit of a falter. So, and again, that happens. Sometimes we need what is known as like a mental health break, and that is understandable. But the important aspect of what is coming, there's a lot of fragmentation happening. So people, as far as in the network, need to be pulled back together, bring it back to the basics of the family unit. Don't allow too much of this one, this one, that one, this one, that. We need to bring it back together. And again, that's the fragmentation card, which you can't see because I have the virtual background on. But the fragmentation saying that everything needs to come back to the basics of where it was, of everybody looking out for everybody being together when we can. And again, we understand life happens, but we need to pull that fragmentation back in and have set things that are actually happening, bring that family unit together, that helpful family unit back together is what we need to. But I do see a lot of movement, because what you have right now is, and again, you're not going to be able to see it, High Priestess of Water card. Now, the High Priestess of Water, and again, she represents movement, because what we're thinking now is not the rough ocean. We're thinking riverbed, sees a mountain and the river, and it's flowing is what it is. And it's not flowing down, believe it or not, it's flowing up. So there's going to be a lot of movement happening within there. So let's take a closer look, seeing we have the time here. Let's take a closer look at fragments. Okay. And again, individuality card is upside down. It's really good for everybody to be an individual, but you have to remember that this is a network. Okay. So the network itself needs to be more on the same page. Individuality is good. Yes. But we all need to be on the same page is what it's actually saying. Energy. People need to turn that summoning actually coming around. And again, rather than thinking of personal wishes, we need to think of the network wishes first, is what it's actually saying. Now, the water, the movement, and again, there'll be some complications. There always is. It's something that's going to happen. It's not like a new beginning. It's like refocusing the aspect of what it was when you first started the network. Go back to the basics. Okay. Have the basics. Okay. So remember where you were, have the basics, write out what it is that you're looking for and what you want to accomplish, not just for yourself, but for the whole. So the whole unit needs to come together is what it's actually saying about that. Now, I do want to pull a Raven card out because I pulled the Ravens out. So we're going to see what the Raven actually has to say about this. Yeah, I opted out of the Raven name, and, I do have a friend that comes on. Her name is Raven. So we're going to take a look at the Raven deck and see a bit of the direction, and then we're going to get back into this. And this one actually jumped. Ooh, so there's a Guardian. Okay. There is what is known, and you and I both know who this is, Mr. Ed Odell. The Guardian. There is a spiritual guardian guarding the network and the direction that it originated from. So you do have a lot of spiritual help there, somebody that does guide you, somebody that comes in on a regular basis, and you know who it is. We both know who this is. So this is all something that's going to help bring everything back forward. So get back to basics is what it's actually recommending there for you. So that was the question, or the answer for the question 2. Let's see where the RNN is actually going right now. So now, and again, anybody that wants a reading, more than welcome to it. We have Miss Linda Nielsen, my lovely other host. So we're going to have a lot of fun on this. We actually had a conversation on the phone, and it was like we just kept laughing and kept going, and it was a lot of fun talking to her on the phone. So I'm really looking forward to this live podcast. So we'll see where two goofballs that want to help each other end up. So that's going to be awesome. So right now we have Miss Linda Nielsen, who's actually coming up. Awesome. Ed says that he does understand who it is. So, but yep, she's always going to be around and always have you back. Always. So, all right. So let's take a, yeah, I'm really excited too. Miss Linda Nielsen says that she's extremely excited about the upcoming show, and I am too. I'm very excited about this. So this is just a nice leisurely Saturday morning. We're going to throw some readings in here. And again, we will get into some other aspects of this general. You got it. Miss Linda Nielsen would love the channeling deck, which is what we do. And again, we might pull up some runes later for a general question. And again, before the show ends, I will give you the rune of the day live here. So let's see what we have for Miss Linda Nielsen coming up. Ooh, a lot of high spiritual energy. Oh my goodness. This is like awesome things coming up for you. The spiritual energy of what is actually coming is the direction they wanted you to take a while ago. But again, they're saying they understand that sometimes life gets in the way. Okay, sometimes life does get in the way, and there are things that we need to do in order to have that ability to move forward. Okay, so we have all of that aspects and things coming. So that spiritual energy is just really, really awesome energy, information coming in, more things as far as your gifts expanding. So you're going to get to the point where you're going to stop second guessing yourself. And that has a lot to do with the spiritual energy actually coming in. I know you guys can't see the cards. So, and again, let's see, we have the number 7. I don't know why, but the number 7 is a powerful number. And again, I'm not saying important, I'm saying powerful. The energy of the number 7, for some reason for you, Miss Linda, is very positive. So utilize that energy. And again, I'm not sure if it's 7 at night, 7 in the morning, or if it's the date of something number 7, but 7 is a very powerful spiritual number for you right now. There's a lot of energy that's going to be coming, and it's surrounded somewhere around this number 7. It's not Yggdrasil, because Yggdrasil has 9 realms. So we have this really awesome energy coming in. We have a lot of moon energy as far as the aspect, which is ancient energy. When we talk moon energy, we talk about the ancients and how the ancient Celtics or the ancient Druids, or, you know, even the ceremonies of the Native Americans, or what we had was all of this energy that we actually channeled and worked with. And what I'm seeing coming for you is this awesome energy coming to play. Okay, so what is coming as far as like the differences, there's a lot of similarity for what the question is that you're thinking about right now. There's not a lot of differences. There's a lot of similarity. That's very smooth going. There's going to be extremely positive aspects coming to you. And again, a few things might be slightly challenged. Again, we need to stop second guessing ourselves. We need to move forward, which you have been doing. Remain focused. Okay. Don't let the little things, don't sweat the little things. Don't cry over spilt milk. Just pick it up type deal is what we're talking about. So maintain that focus and continue to move forward, continue to share knowledge. And again, a lot of this is centered around knowledge, and it's going from where you have been into where you are now. That's like the path that you have taken that's bringing you into this particular direction. Yeah, self-worth, self-esteem. We need to nip that in the bud right now, because sometimes you might be like doing things, but sometimes it feels like, or what they're saying is you second guess yourself, and what that does is it drops your self-esteem. There is a reason. There's always a reason for what happens and the way they happen sometimes. So build that self-esteem actually up for you. Let's see what else we got going on. Yeah, we have the big hope card, which is an awesome. And again, you have a lot of 7s here. A lot of 7s. The hope card is saying the things that you've actually dreamed about, and the situations that are actually happening and coming are going to be positive for you right now. So things will play out the way that you've actually dreamed them to play out. Okay. There's a lot of individuals going to be helped based on your knowledge, based on situations, people, places, and things, and situations that you actually have been to right now are going to assist you with that. Let's pull up a Raven card for you and see what the Raven has. Let's see what the Raven has for Miss Linda. So let's see. And again, guys, I'm doing channeled readings through an oracle deck. I do have runes, which I channel as well. So, but I do the runes through cards because, throwing crystal runes on your desk when you're trying to look at a camera, it's not fun. It's not fun at all. They kind of go everywhere. So I got a rune deck for that. So let's take a look at this. Let's see what we got here. All right. Shape changer. So what a shape changer is, and again, we're talking about ravens. The energy of a mystical changer of shape means that you're able to shape yourself. You have that ability to, you're very flexible, but you can be very powerful at the same time. So you need to remember that. Don't allow the flexibility to control you too much. We need to have that positive, outgoing attitude of experiences. So we have to remember, everybody in life has different experiences. So it kind of brings them to certain situations, like readers, people that do readings. We all read differently. We all have different focuses. So it's not saying, oh my God, I got this psychic, I just get, no. Everybody reads differently. Everybody talks differently. Everybody says things differently. So we need to have that focus and allow the different aspects of things to come in. And that's going to bring the collective more information and bonding together. So allow that shift, that shape changer, and allow you to go with the flow, but remember to bring your energy back in as well. So that was for Miss Linda Nielsen. So it's going to be a while before we build this show back up again to where it was. And again, you guys will find out Tuesday at 3 o'clock on the network what was going on. So that's pretty awesome. So let's see who else we have here in the chat room. We have Michelle Wolfong. If you would like a reading, you're more than welcome to. Don't forget to share this out, guys. Share this out. Okay, so while we're waiting for an answer from Miss Belinda Nielfong, we're going to do a little bit of work with the runes here. Okay, so before we get into that, let's find out what the rune of the day is. So, and again, let's say, of course, I have on the wrong glasses for this, but that's all right. Okay, so your rune of the day is a radio. So is what it is. It kind of looks like a letter R. So let's see, recognize that everything comes in circles, that by following them, you will progress quickly and efficiently. Align your lifestyle to the season and honor of turning of the year. So in other words, new beginnings. Embrace hard times, knowing that the harder it is now, the easier it will get in the future. Everything has its opposite. The challenges bring equal and opposite rewards. Life and changes continue, and we must always go on. We will eventually end up where we began, but on a higher level with a better perspective. The journey never really ends. Radio allows us to channel our energies in an effective way, that these energies flow in a manner that will help us obtain our goal. However, to use this room to its full power, we must know how to place ourselves in the right place at the right time. So explaining that is, sometimes we want things to happen, but in order for these things to happen, it has to be the right time, the right place of what's happening, is what it is. So let's see. Now we're going to do a little bit of work here. I don't have any candle magic prepped for today because I wasn't sure how many people were actually going to be on this. So we're going to take a little bit of look at the rooms is what we're going to have. Let's see. Also, stone for communication. There is an ancient stone that mystic and witches used over and over again, believe it or not. Blue lace agate. is really get a good quality blue lace agate. It extremely helps with communication. Another stone that helps with communication, of course, is the sodalite and lapis lazuli. Having a blue stone around you when you speak, you hear your voice. Okay, that's where you want the blue stone to actually lie. The blue lace agate, you can stick it pretty much anywhere. Try to keep it on skin contact. It's sometimes a little easier for a female than it is a male, is what it is. All right, so we're going to get into this. So if anybody else would like a reading, please plop in and let me know. Right now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw some general runes out and see how this month is actually going to progress. Miss Linda says thank you. All right, so let's see. We want to know how this month in itself, general month, how this is going to progress in any direction or things we need to look out for. And we're going to ask the runes that question right now. So let's see. We're going to do the 5 direction spread. And again, the 5 direction spread. Let me get that out of the way. Oh, crystal bowls. We're going to do the 5 direction spread here. Ooh, we got some upside down cards. So there's definitely some things occurring right now. Now, Isa, of course, cannot be a reverse card because, it's Isa. Same. Isa. Isa doesn't allow anything to be upside down. There are some runes that cannot be upside down. So there's going to be a little bit of energy loss is what it's saying. In the first position, we're talking about past and influences on things that are actually happening right now. That's the 5-card rune spread. All right. So we're talking Isa. Now, Isa, we're dealing with the cooling, the loss of energy. There's a lot of separation and things that are happening. Focus, ill feelings. These are things that are actually in the past right now. So you have to remember Isa is ice, so it makes things stagnant still. So what happens when things are stagnant and still? They do not allow things to move forward, is what they do. So we have that, and that's something in the past. That's the reason everything is felt stuck, is what it is. Now, the second one, of course, this one is problems and potential obstacles that are coming up on your path right now. Okay, we have Ingwas. Now, again, Ingwas is another one that cannot be upside down. So even if it's upside down, it's still right side up. So it really depends. A lot of people will read the rune upside down, but if you're casting runes with stones, it's impossible to tell. To me, it's always been the same type of thing. Now we're talking hero is what we're talking. Obstacles, heroes, okay? And again, problems and potential obstacles is what's coming. And again, this is for the month of June is what we're talking about. So we're talking about freedoms and consequences of what's happening. Okay, so endings and beginnings. Sometimes things ending, it kind of brings you down. It's like, oh my God, that's an end of an era, end of a chapter, end of a lot of things that have happened. But what we do is what happens when we have that ending, we have a new beginning. So we have to allow certain things, certain traditions, and sometimes certain people to do their own thing, make their own path, because that ending creates a new beginning. So that's what we're at right now. We do have this new beginning coming. So allow the ending. Don't make the ending an obstacle. There's a reason for everything. Even things we do not like, there is a definite reason for it. Okay, so allow that to actually have that aspect of what's happening. Now, in the third position over here, we have Uros. Uros is upside down. Now, the third position is strokes of luck and other beneficial influences working in your favor. Yes, I have several different charts I use for runes, but I don't know what the positions mean. So I have to read that. So now Uros is in the upside down position, as you can see over the chat here. There we go. Eros is upside down, so it looks like a horseshoe catching things is what it looks like. So we're looking at low energy, weak will, missed opportunities, and some illnesses, okay, that will be coming. Now, this is these things are, believe it or not, lucky. Sometimes we will develop a cold or have energies that just aren't meshing. So we're feeling down. What that is sometimes it's the universe saying, you need that break. You need that rest. The reason I've created these issues is because you needed to revamp, you needed to re-strengthen is what you need to do. And I'm feeling a shaking of a ground, and I don't know what the heck's going on over here. Oh my God, my people got to come back on here. I'm feeling earthquake, and I'm not exactly sure where this is actually coming from, but I am feeling an earthquake energy. So there's a lot of shaking happening. In the fourth position is the immediate outcome, immediately what's going to happen, okay? So the fourth position right here is Feiyu. Okay, now Feiyu, again, cattle. Cattle is wealth in the old days. So that's what we're talking about right now. Feiyu is in the upside down position. And again, it's for this month, the month of June is what we're talking about. So in the upside down position, we're talking about money issues, some arguments, and losses. Okay, so again, let's go back through the reading of what it said. Sometimes we need to respect other people's, other individuals' decisions about things. Okay, negative things do come to us, but we're not seeing the reason at the moment is what we're not seeing. At the moment, we're not seeing the reason this negativity is coming towards us at all. We don't know why. We're in that moment. You need to take yourself out of that moment. Take that step back before you react. Before you react to a particular situation, allow yourself that chance, that energy to say, okay, why is this occurring right now? What is the reason? What is the message? We need to understand what our messages are, what our reasons, rather than getting in that mode of, oh my God, how do you do this? How do you do that? What's going to happen with this? What's going to happen with that? Let's take a step back, take a look. Then go forward after you're refreshed. That's going to stop the arguments of the Feiyu, actually coming. That's going to stop that. And that's what we want. We want that energy. We do not want the arguments, okay? So knowing that this energy is coming, take that step back first, okay? So runes are like warnings. It's like a roadmap. And it gives you the ideas and the energy of what to do, what not to do, and what to look out for. So they're slightly different than regular decks. So we're talking the fifth position, which is Menas. Menas is also upside down. Okay, so in this position is the rune represents both the eventual outcome and the lesson that you should have learned from your experiences. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now. Now, so many zaz, and this one I do not remember. It's been a while. Okay, what we're dealing with right now. What are we dealing with? Symbols. Main independence, individuality. Why is this here? Many zaz. Help me out here. Okay, so what we're dealing with right now is a long journey, is what we're dealing with. Okay. All right, so we're dealing with a lot of selfish and unresolved issues and emotions. So there's some things that have actually occurred, but the emotions behind them get stuck. Okay, they get stuck. So we're not able to get to the final income of what happened. So, and again, what we've talked about, what we've looked at here, we've looked at Isa, we've looked at Ingwaz, okay? We've looked at the Feiyu, we've looked at Eros, okay? So we have all of these is what we have. Now, the income, the final income, because it's in that upside down position, we have to remember that the warning of what happens. Sometimes it's okay to let people, places, and things go because something else is coming. It's like you need a new girls. You need a new outfit. You need new clothes. But you got to clean out your closet first before you can actually fit the other stuff in. And it happens that way in life too. Sometimes we need to clear things out in order to make room for something else that is actually coming in. We want that positivity. We want that new beginning of issues and things that are actually coming to play is what we want. Okay, so that's the general rune reading of the day. So I don't know if there's anybody else in this chat room that would love to have a reading is what we have. We have a very quiet chat room this time. Very, very quiet chat room. So if somebody has messaged and I'm not getting the message, if you're on my private page, which is Susan Raven Swanbeck, come on over to the Rift Nation Network is what we have. So I'm going to take a look to make sure all the pages are actually connected is what we have. So if you have a question, please feel free to come over. So let's see. What do we got going on here, guys? What have I missed? What's the situation? What's the energy? Okay, is everybody looking forward to the shows? There's some bundle information coming our way. It's pretty amazing is what it is. So we have a lot of awesome things actually coming. Okay. Yeah. So I do expect this particular show, the first show back, to be a little slow. But like I said, I did have a lot going on. So there were things that sometimes you need to take that step back in order to have that ability to move forward. Okay, so for those of you that don't know me, I am also a holistic health counselor. So if there's issues that do need to be talked about, if you have a question, those things can actually be talked about, because we all as individuals go through extreme changes, and sometimes we don't want these changes to happen, but we need to learn to step back, to evaluate, to re-look at things. Okay, so those are the things that we have. I've had to take a step back now and again. Yes, we all do. We all do as actual individuals. We need to take that step back as far as things that are actually happening. Now, the future of this show, and again, a lot of people aren't into the mystic, magical aspect of things, but let me explain something to you. Okay, say if you read from the Bible. You're reading from a Bible, so technically what you're doing is what we call magic. That is what you're channeling, is the energy of those words. There really kind of is no difference. It's the energy of ourselves. So I don't get into religious aspects. I get into, spiritual aspects of things that work. I happen to work with crystals. Not everybody has that or likes to work with that. Some people like to work in the kitchen with herbs. Other people like to get out on the ground and dig. Now, does anybody else in the chat room right now have noticed that there's this energy around me right now? Okay, and this energy is like earth shaking, and I'm not exactly sure where it is or who this is for at the moment. So I do feel shaking, almost like an earthquake, but I'm not seeing major right now. I'm seeing minor shakings actually happening. These things need to be looked at. And again, this is what is being thrown at me at the moment. So let's take a look at this. Let's pull this up. Okay, so we're going to get into it again, shadow work. That's going to come up in a couple of weeks. But we need to take a look at certain aspects of things is what we need to do. So if anybody else is in the chat room would like a reading, please feel free, whether on YouTube, Restream, Twitch. Doesn't cost anything for the reading. I am here for you. Right now, I'm actually pulling up my book. I do have quite a few different aspects of things that are coming here. So I'm trying to pull up something. So we have okay, we have books and we have energies and we have things that are actually happening. Why is it I'm being pulled over here? Please excuse me. So does anybody out there have what is known as a pendulum? Has anybody ever had that opportunity to work with? And again, this one is my pendulum. This is what we have. Now, as far as a pendulum, I've always worked with amethyst and quartz. I've had a few others over the years, but a pendulum, yes, can answer yes or no questions if it's programmed correctly. Okay, but do you know it could actually help you find objects in the house? Pretty cool, huh? So I usually, if I lose something, or my kids used to hand me the pendulum and a map because they couldn't find something. So I'd make a map of my particular house or particular room, and I would just ask the pendulum where this particular project is, or where this, my kids' days, Game Boys, those little square things, I lose them everywhere. So I would ask, could you just, it's kind of like scrying, but it's not. It's you taking the map and asking, is it here? Yes. Is it here? No. So in order to program something like this, I recommend saging it first. Buying it from a store, definitely white sage. And I prefer the white. I don't like the desert sage. It has a different scent. I prefer the white sage. So you smoke it and then you program it. So what you're doing is when you program, you're asking the pendulum itself, you're saying up and down is yes. Let's see if we can get this going. Up and down is yes. Up and down is yes. So you keep telling it until it swings up and down. Then you don't move your hand. You say side to side is no. 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 Right now it's going in a circle. Side to side is no. There we go. There we go. Side to side is no. So as you're working around, say, we'll pretend this is a map. We'll pretend this is a map. So you're walking around your house, and just a piece of paper right here. You're walking around your house and you're saying, okay, and again, I'm going to use the Game Boy because these kids did nothing but lose Game Boys when they were little. So I'd say, okay, is the object I'm looking for in the living room? And it would either tell me yes or no. Like right now, it's saying yes, but it's over the rooms. So, and again, yes if it's there, no if it's not. And then once you get in the room, you get in the room, what you can actually do is get into certain areas. Is it in this corner? Is it in that corner? Is it in this corner? Sometimes it's in the most obvious spaces. Those little square Game Boys, those little itty bitty games that are like this big. You have so much trouble finding them when you have kids. So I have always found a pendulum to be the most awesome thing in the world. My grandmother had one too, and she used to go around the house with maps to find things that we lost. And it was pretty awesome experience is what it was. I really enjoyed that. So we have, okay. And again, so we're just going to continue to talk over here. I got about 15 minutes left. So if anybody would like a chat or a reading, or if you have a question, please feel free to ask. I'm a fountain of probably what people consider useless information, but my useless information is fun. So this show, the Viking Celtic Pixie, is going to be, yes, readings, but it's also going to get into some mystics, some healing energies. And again, we're going to be working a lot with different things. We'll be working with crystals. I always say we. Maybe it's because I'm a Gemini. Do you ever think of that? When you're a Gemini, you always say we when it's just you. So I don't know. Maybe it's both sides of my personality are coming out. Who knows? So we're going to be working with the mystical side of things, or the spiritual side of things. That's what we're going to be getting into. And again, the pendulum. Pendulum is a really awesome tool. I highly recommend it. There's many different shapes and styles, and you have to know what it is you connect with. You can look at a stone and say, oh my God, that's pretty. I'd like to work with that. That's not what it's about. It's about the energy that you feel connected with. So, those that are right handed, I've explained this before, but we're going to explain it again. If you're right handed, that's your energy leaving because that's the hand you work with. So, every crystal you look for, you have to hold in your left hand. As you hold the crystal in your hand, you can feel the energy of the crystal. It helps you feel. And if it feels draining, if it feels off, or it just you feel nothing, you're not meant to work with that crystal for what it is you're asking it. Okay. So I would be asking, is this the pendulum that I am meant to work with? And I get a yes. So it's the energy of the combination of these two stones that help. But if I pull out another one, I have another one over here. I have a whole bunch. So say if I have, oh my goodness, I got tangles. All right, say this, rose quartz, nothing absolutely wrong with this particular piece. Okay, say if I hold this one. Okay, and I ask whether or not I'm meant to use this for basic room for basic, teaching, for basic information and things that I'm actually looking for. What I get is a headache and a heavy feeling. And that means that I'm not meant to work with this one. Okay, so hopefully you can understand that. Another thing I recommend for individuals is selenite. Okay, it's like a crystal grid is what we're going to be talking about right now. Okay, so what we have is we have selenite stick. Of course, that's the chakra one. And then we have the tourmaline. All right. Now, what you want to do is over every door and window in your house, you want to take a piece of selenite and put it over there, but also save a piece to put beside you when you sleep. What this actually selenite does, selenite will help absorb the negative energies that are either coming and going. It keeps it and it creates like a grid. This absorbs the negativity. Even as you're sleeping, sometimes when we dream, we have nightmares. Native Americans believed in dream catches. That's what they use to catch their negative dreams. Okay. I use selenite because that's what's going to absorb it. Now, in this is, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if we can get that. So you can actually see that, the black tourmaline. I know it looks like it's flashing green, huh? It's because what I'm using. But black tourmaline, I put literally in front of every door and window. So what am I doing? I'm creating a energy grid that actually keeps me safe, absorbing negative energy for things that slip through, and piece of black tourmaline is for protection. The combination of these two are awesome. These two, keep on the outside of your door if you can. And again, above the window, on the windows. If you have closets, sometimes you could work with the closets as well. But the combination of these two particular stones is something that's going to help keep you safe and keep that negativity out. Because as we go around and things that we do, especially light workers, we have this aspect of people that are just, they don't understand. It's like, okay, I do that too. Oh my God, how can you? It doesn't work that way. We all work differently. Okay, we all work differently. So the information I share, utilize your information for things that can actually happen to you. And again, here's another instance where people work differently. Okay, we're going to take singing bowls. All right, singing bowl. I can play the singing bowl for you, but my energy that I'm sending out is going to be different than someone else's. Okay, I don't know if you can hear this. Sometimes you need something better than a Blue Yeti. So, but the energy of the singing bowl, the one that you're playing, and when I'm sending the energy out, not just the tone, but the energy I'm sending, my intent, can be different than someone else's. So, and it's not saying evil intent. I work a lot, with emotional, physical, mental. So it's not actually generalized for a certain type of healing. It's generalized towards more helping people wake up, helping people become. So there's somebody, you can have several different people that work with several different aspects of the same thing, but it's never going to be the same. So allow variety, allow things to come up, allow all of these energies to be around you, because you never understand. Sometimes the biggest thing we need to do as individuals is get out of our own way. And what I mean by that is, don't allow jealousy, don't allow negativity, or, oh my God, I do that too. Why are you doing that? It doesn't matter. We all work differently. We are all different individuals who have had different energies, different pasts, different experiences that actually create the now of who we are. So I always recommend to people, okay, I do this, somebody else does this. Maybe the energy I'm sending isn't the right energy for you. So maybe the other person is. Then I recommend doing that. Seeing the other individual, seeing how their energy messes. It's not about when true light workers, it's not about who's the best. It's not about who does this, who does that. It's about what works best for you as the individual, as the person. What works best for you? Not sometimes the collective. We look at different things. Everybody throws their suggestions in. It takes a lot of individuals to run a company. It takes a lot of individuals to run a lot of things. So you get those different aspects of those different ideas. And when you're doing this, it allows you to open up and see things differently. Get out of the control and get into the getting out of your own way, and just watch and listen and absorb and allow yourself to experience things on many different levels, is what it is. So this is my first show back in a long time. So first show back in a long time. And again, you will find out on Tuesday at 3:00 exactly what's been happening and why I had to take a step back. So I know certain shows and aspects are on consistency, and sometimes life happens. So there are things that we need to do. We need to get through as individuals in order to help us be better, to help you, is what it is. And that's why I do what I do. I prefer to help you guys at the top of my game. So, and that's what it is that I'm doing. But I am doing very well right now, and we will get into a lot of different things. If you have a suggestion here, guys, about the aspect of certain things you would like to see, the certain energy works, or working with crystals, programming them, doing energy magic, anything like that whatsoever. We can do crystal magic, we can do etching on them. So there's a lot of aspects of things that are actually happening. And I might have my little pixie character come in and demonstrate a couple of different things, just because it'll be goofy and fun. And sometimes we need a little fun, is what we need. So again, don't forget, guys, to check out Linda and I on the Cosmic Cushion podcast. That's the name we chose. I said, cushion, I like that. She goes, cosmic. And I said, yes. So we actually came up with the name together, and I'm really cool. I love that. I love the name of that, the Cosmic Cushion podcast. So, and that's what we're there for. So we're there on a lot of different aspects of things, and we will be collaborating as individuals together. So I look forward to seeing you guys then. And I look forward to seeing you back here on a Saturday at 12:00 at the Viking Celtic Pixie, because You never know. It's going to be readings. It's going to be mystical magics. There might be some aspects of things. So you never know what's going to happen on this particular one. But as always, I am here for you to help you and readings and the energy and things. So I look forward to seeing you again next week is what I do. So again, peace, guys. I know I shouldn't do that because of Australia. So peace. I just found that out. Oh my God. So share this out. Let people know that I am back and I am doing very well right now. So I will see you again on Tuesday. And don't forget to check out the Rift Nation Network. Awesome place to be. A lot of really good shows, a lot of good font of information, spiritually, mentally, paranormal, physically, a lot of different things are coming. And there's going to be daytime, nighttime shows. So there's going to be a lot of different things coming. So there'll be a little bit of something for everybody. If you have a suggestion or you'd like to be a co-host on one of the shows, literally, you want to try it out, send a message over. Send it over to riftnationnetwork@gmail.com, or you can just message us right on the Facebook page if you prefer. And let's see, going to check it out and find out what's going. And it's going to be awesome. So give it all time and allow things to happen. So if you are at an event and you have one person there listening to you, that's one person's life you affected. It doesn't matter how many people come. What matters is the message you're sending. Somebody needed to hear it. And somebody needed to know that they can get through what they got through too. I'll see you on Tuesday. Bye.